Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here. And right now, we are going to talk about that double edged sword that is technology. From the earliest days of man, when they discovered fire, for instance. Well, keep you warm, cook a meal, set someone's hut or home on fire, burn a human. Technology, that double edged sword. And 3D printing is absolutely 100% no different. However, we now live in an era where automation, whether you like it or not, is coming. We are on the cusp of automation. I guarantee you in the next 20 years, a lot of those traditional jobs that were in construction are going to be gone. Now, 3D printing still really in its infancy, at least on a consumer level. It still costs a lot of money to get a decent level 3D printer, hundreds of dollars for a decent level amateur, thousands of dollars for one that you can kind of use as a pro, but still not one that's industrial strength. Certainly not to build a home. However, one of the things I really did love about Zeitgeist, the series, if you guys don't remember the Zeitgeist series of films, this was when documentary films on platforms like Google Video and then YouTube really had a large following because there was less aggression and bias in the algorithm. Like I've told you, every single one of my videos gets demonetized pretty much out of the gates. The ones that slip by, the 1 in 10 or 1 in 20, eventually get caught in the system. Like when I'm interviewing somebody who is literally giving free rides to the community, handing out water bottles, helping the homeless and the college students, having a community center. Yeah, that gets flagged 3 days later and has to go up for manual review. Whatever. I protest too much. I think that in this case, now I don't know a lot about this nonprofit news story, and I'm not a big fan of the Mexican government. What I will tell you is I like it because it's local communities coming together, and then they are responsible for about 20 to 30% of the cost of the home. So they're liable for that. Hopefully this isn't an entrapment scheme. But if we had more of this in the United States, where we took large parcels of land that were either already county land or state land, and they're on the side of a highway system, they're not being used as some kind of a wildlife reserve, etc. We could be doing this for our homeless here. 3D printing is going to be the future, okay? And when you get together as a community, a lot of these people are very interested in this because where they live, it is absolutely deplorable. The cartel living. Look, let's come back before we read this. I know a lot of you out there about a month ago when El Chapo's son was arrested saw what happens when the cartel actually wages war in Mexico. It's horrific. It is horrific. Can you imagine if that was going on in the streets of the United States? If machine gun men went in and took somebody outside of a prison? Don't get me wrong. We got the higher level cartels here. Everything's done kind of in the dark, slickly, like Epstein, right? That's a great example of it. But my point being is that, these people can't be trusted at all. But when you're trying to make a better community, you're going to do just about anything you can. What's the alternative? Try to sneak into the United States? Maybe get caught by ICE if you do get by. Maybe not get by. Killed by a coyote. So I actually really like this. And once again, it shows that technology can empower humanity. Here are little short videos of what these communities are looking like. But once again, I want to reiterate this. Most people just want to live a good life. Okay? And if you can do this at a fraction of the cost, and I know there are some people saying, well, the material's poisonous. Well, the material's going to change over time and get better and better and better. And if a house can be put up in days instead of weeks, okay, and then have electricity run through it, etc., because these are concrete mixtures called lavacrete. A lot of people don't realize that, first of all, just because you're using a plastic one doesn't mean they're not using concrete. I actually covered some of the concrete ones years ago, and they've gotten better and better and better. Each home has 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, living room, and a bathroom. All the residents have curved walls and ventilation to improve airflow because of the high temperatures in Tabasco. This is Mexico, by the way, okay? But not that far away from Texas. And I think these homes could be effective anywhere, but certainly, in New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, that part in the southern part of the United States, of course. I can only compare the housing 3D printer to the moon landing event. It's going to change the world. I won't even get into that statement. The most advanced technology, providing adequate housing for all. That's technology at the service of mankind. I actually agree. I think that this absolutely can empower and service mankind. This was one of those things that when I was talking about enjoying zeitgeist, when they were saying 3D printed homes, great. When they're talking about AI running everything, no. No. When they're talking about using magnetic railway systems and improved forms of transportation to actually connect cities, 100%. Why no one's taken that feat on? I mean, that's something we should be doing in this country for real. A fast railway system from large-scale cities. Oh, we don't want to disrupt the airline industry? Well, internationally, you'll still have to travel that way, right? And it'll change things, but I think it'll change things for the better. It'll put people to work. It'll advance us. Another great thing in Zeitgeist where they were talking about basically these circular greenhouses that are built upwards within communities so they could get localized food that's good. Great. All for it. 100% something we could do today. Just like we can print homes today. Now, the thing is, in order to use this technology for good, right, we have to get involved. We have to say, you know what? Why is it our county or our community isn't doing something like this? Why aren't the people in San Francisco, for instance, pushing for a program that can put some of their citizens in homes in surrounding counties that are possibly empty? They have a pandemic of homelessness there. All right? And once again, I'm not in for freebies. Another thing I like about this is they're liable for 20 to 30% of it. So you get out of this cartel-driven area, and all of a sudden you got this nice little community of other people that wanted to get away from corruption, wanted to get away from the cartel, want to take care of their family just like you, want to go to a job every day, want to make sure they have their home, and then they pay for it. And hopefully on top of being 20 to 30% liable, the way you make this work in your community, your home, your local government, is how? Well, on top of just paying into it, you also have to take part in it. You have to go door to door. You have to sign people up. You have to do the paperwork with others, right? You have to show up. You have to volunteer that day to get the equipment, et cetera, et cetera. Put in your time. Or in another neighboring program that empowers people. Look, I'm not a socialist. I'm not for more government. But for instance, I had, I didn't have them, but on the Action for Assange cast that you can go check out at their channel right now for, Ron Placone was talking about net neutrality, and I don't think the government should be involved. But what I did like was he was talking about county and state provided internet. Well, if the counties and states can do it more efficiently, I'm all for it. And I think there should be a choice. An open and free internet system that communities can pay into through a small tax if they so wish, and then not have a cable bill every month that gets bigger and bigger with more restrictions every single year. My base package now to do this program, okay, is now $70 a month plus tax. And that's only because I have my own equipment. Believe me, they'd love to charge me that modem fee too. And it's only going to go up because there's no competition. I can go with Spectrum or nobody. I can go with some satellite system that caps my bandwidth and doesn't go as fast as this, by the way. And I think I'd be able to give you 10 videos a month and no other traffic. Think about that. So there is no real choice. So just because, it's the people speaking up and using local and state government to do so, such as with a program like this, doesn't mean it can't empower humanity. And that's where I differ from a lot of the anarchist or libertarian mindset of people as well. I think there's a happy medium, and that's why I like to have conversations with all sides of the fence, and hopefully you do too. Hopefully you're not hating me for daring not to toe a party line or some kind of an ideological process, because that's not what we do here, by the way. We challenge the status quo. And if you want to check out all my films, they're free here in the documentaries playlist section. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. Thumbs this up. Subscribe if you're new to the Burmese Brigade and you haven't been here before. Guys, I need your help. I need you to take this pinned tweet at Jason Burmese. I need you to heart it, and I need you to please retweet it. We're trying to get this one out because if you show this thread, this shows unbelievable corruption. Unbelievable corruption being covered up by Disney, ESPN, WME Entertainment. Okay? Well, they are, I mean, it's William Morris Entertainment, I believe. You know what? Let's look up because I don't want to misspeak. Entertainment. Let's see. I probably did. There's the WME agency. Is it called Endeavor Holding Groups now? Yes, it is. Yes, it is William Morris, Endeavor Entertainment. That's what it is. So I guess WME Entertainment is correct. But they're covering up things like this. They don't want you to read this about Conor McGregor and a high-level police source involving a violent rape last year. At the end of the day, there's no doubt that this young lady suffered a horrendous ordeal. The examinations and all of the evidence shows that she was raped and very badly assaulted in that penthouse suite. And I mean, this thread is extremely important for those that do not understand that a crime occurred or the severity of that crime. And we lay it out in this thread. So we're doing everything we can. We're not a fake Me Too movement. Okay? We don't want to see somebody who may have done this, and all the evidence suggests that he did do this, make tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars and billions of dollars from some corporate entity. So please, at Jason Burmese, my pinned tweet, heart that and retweet it. It's very important. Again, subscribe, join the Burmese Brigade. We're trying to go 40,000 strong. If you want to financially support me, that's great too. That's what I really also need is if I can't have financial support, obviously I can't do this for a living. Obviously I'm up against YouTube who demonetizes all of my videos out of the gates and really limits my growth and my income on this platform, which is unfortunate because I want to stay on this platform because it is the largest in the world to reach you guys out there. I absolutely love you guys. I'll see you on the flip side.